Sophie sat on the edge of her brand new big girl bed and looked around. Her room was filled with tiny stickers of animals and bright, colorful storybooks. Phew, it had been a very long day of playing and making up grand adventures. Her messy curls bounced as she let out a long, happy sigh of relief. She reached for her favorite friend, the dusty pink quilted blanket she called Blankie. Sophie loved to snuggle with the soft fabric and rub the corner against her cheek. She knew that tonight would be a special night in her new bed. Sophie wiggled her small toes against the cool sheets and pulled the covers back. Woo! The mattress felt like a giant fluffy marshmallow waiting just for her. She climbed into the center of the bed and reached for the shimmering edges. The subtle shimmer of the pink fabric caught the golden glow of her bedside lamp. "Tuck, tuck, tuck," she whispered, while pulling the blanket all the way up. It was finally time to find the perfect, cozy spot for her long rest. Sophie felt very proud to be sleeping in such a big, beautiful bed, soft and pink and holding you close. The weight of the pink quilt felt like a giant, gentle hug from a friend. Sophie sighed and began to snuggle deep into the many layers of the fabric. A wonderful warmth started at her toes and moved slowly up to her tummy. She felt the heavy pressure of the blanket, keeping her legs very still and calm. It felt as if the blanket had soft velvet wings wrapping around her body. Everything felt safe and sound in the middle of her big, quiet bed tonight. Her messy curls rested against the pillow while she took a deep, slow breath. Soft and pink and holding you close. Outside the window, the golden sun had finally finished its long and busy journey. The world began to grow quiet as the blue shadows stretched across the floor. Shh! The trees stopped waving their branches and stood very still. Sophie felt her body becoming part of the bed and the heavy, warm blanket. Tuck, 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 she thought, as she watched the gentle shadows dance nearby. She felt herself start to drift away from the busy thoughts of the day. Tuck the covers in tight around your child now. The room was very dark, but the blanket began to glow with a magical light. It looked like the pink fabric was made of thousands of tiny, trapped moonbeams. Sophie felt a tiny, warm vibration against her cheek as she rested her head. The blanket seemed to whisper, "I'm here," in a very quiet and melodic voice. She knew that she was safe and sound under the beautiful, shimmering quilt. The soft light chased away any worries about the big, dark room around her. "I'm here," the blanket whispered again, feeling like a wonderful velvet secret. Soft and pink and holding you close. Sophie looked out the window at the deep midnight blue sky above the trees. The stars began to twinkle in a very special and familiar pattern tonight. They matched the tiny stitches on her blanket exactly like a secret night map. she watched a silver star shimmer and blink just for her. It felt like the sky and the blanket were sharing a very quiet dream. She began to drift into a world of light and many soft colors. "I'm here," she whispered back to the stars and her magical pink Blankie, soft and pink and holding you close. Her breathing became slow and steady, matching the gentle rise of the pink quilt. Shh! The house was silent except for her own soft and rhythmic breath. Sophie gave one last snuggle into the center of the warm, cozy fabric. Tuck, tuck, tuck. The house seemed to say to the sleeping, happy girl. Her eyes were closed tight as she stayed deep under the covers. She was safe and sound in the middle of a very happy dream. Whisper, "I love you," just like the blanket whispers to Sophie. The pink blanket stayed wrapped around her like a protective and soft cocoon. Sophie's hand held a scalloped corner close to her warm and rosy cheek. The stars outside kept watch over the quiet house while she slept deeply. She continued to drift through a sky made of soft pink clouds. The gentle night air moved through the room like a very quiet song. Everything was cozy and still in the house of sweet dreams. "I'm here," the blanket whispered one last time.